Did you know that nearly 48 million Americans fall ill every year due to foodborne illnesses, and over 3,000 of them die? Many of these victims are seniors. According to the CDC, older adults are at much higher risk because their immune systems aren't as strong as they used to be. What's truly alarming is that many of these illnesses start from inside your refrigerator, the very place you trust to keep food safe. Recent studies reveal that storing certain foods in the fridge the wrong way can increase the risk of food poisoning, destroy essential nutrients, and even trigger harmful chemical changes, especially dangerous for older adults. And most people don't even realize it. If you've been storing fruits, vegetables, or pantry staples in your fridge without much thought, you might unknowingly be putting your health at risk. In fact, the number one item on this list is more harmful than you think. It loses nutrients and can even produce toxic compounds when chilled. So stay with us until the end, because what you learn today could protect your health, or even save your life. If you're ready, let's get started. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I suggest you hit that button and turn on the bell so you don't miss more health tips made just for you. If you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type C to let me know how I can create better content for you. 3 foods you should never store in the refrigerator. 1. Peanut butter. For many older adults, peanut butter isn't just a snack, it's comfort food. A familiar spread from childhood that, now in their golden years, offers a convenient source of protein and healthy fats. But what if this trusted staple sitting quietly in your fridge is actually doing more harm than good? It might be surprising, but refrigerating peanut butter, especially for seniors, is a mistake with hidden costs. When you store peanut butter in the fridge, it undergoes physical changes that seem harmless at first. The oil hardens, and the texture becomes stiff and difficult to spread. But for seniors with arthritis, weak grip strength, or limited hand mobility, this minor inconvenience turns into a daily struggle. What used to be a simple sandwich becomes a frustrating, even painful, chore. And texture is just the surface issue. Cold temperatures affect the stability of the heart-healthy fats in peanut butter, especially monounsaturated fats that help balance cholesterol and support blood vessel health. When repeatedly moved in and out of the cold, these fats begin to degrade through oxidation. And oxidation isn't a minor issue. It means the peanut butter you rely on to support your heart may actually be increasing inflammation and undermining the very organs you're trying to protect. Then there's the invisible, but deeply important, cost. Over time, refrigerated peanut butter loses key nutrients, including vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant critical for brain function and reducing oxidative stress in aging cells. For older adults trying to maintain cognitive clarity and protect memory, this is no small loss. It's a slow erosion of something vital. You may not taste the change. You may not see it. But with every cold spoonful, you're slowly diminishing one of the most nutritious foods meant to support your aging body, not work against it. And if that's not enough, consider the emotional impact. Food, especially for seniors, isn't just fuel, it's ritual. It's a source of joy, independence, and routine. When that ritual becomes difficult or disappointing, because of a hard, bitter spread that no longer brings the comfort it once did, it diminishes quality of life. In this case, the fridge doesn't preserve, it takes away. The solution is simple yet powerful. Store your peanut butter in a cool, dry pantry. Keep it tightly sealed and away from direct heat or sunlight. It stays soft, spreadable, and nutritionally intact. Your hands will thank you, and so will your heart. But if peanut butter, something seemingly harmless, carries hidden risks, what about other pantry staples that are even more deceptive? Ones that can silently spoil your food, spread bacteria, and leave your fridge with an odor that signals something far worse. 2. Onions. Let's talk about onions. Onions are the unsung heroes of the kitchen. They rarely take center stage, yet they are the foundation of countless dishes that bring comfort, connection, and warmth, especially for older adults who find deep meaning in homemade meals. But what most people don't realize is that refrigerating onions gradually destroys not only their flavor and texture, but also your health. And by the time you notice, it might be too late. When whole onions are stored in the cold, damp environment of a fridge, something subtle but destructive starts to happen. Onions, naturally protected by a papery skin, are meant to be kept in dry, well-ventilated spaces. But the fridge disrupts that balance. Moisture seeps in. Layers begin to soften. This once crisp, aromatic vegetable turns soggy, musty, and vulnerable to mold. For older adults with sensitive digestion or weakened immune systems, it's not just about unpleasant texture. It's about the very real risk of mold and bacteria growing in that moisture, which can contaminate cut onions. Even when stored in containers, they introduce invisible microbes that an aging body may no longer be able to fight off. Then there's the cost, and it's more than just a ruined side dish. Onions contain quercetin, a powerful anti-inflammatory compound known to reduce joint pain and protect against heart disease. But when refrigerated, cell structure breaks down, accelerating nutrient loss, especially of quercetin and other key flavonoids. That means a food that could help soothe arthritis or support your heart is quietly losing its healing power. There's also the emotional cost. When a once familiar food no longer behaves or tastes the way it should, when your onion smells sour or worse, leaves your fridge with an odor you can't shake, it chips away at the trust you have in your kitchen. And in the later years, when food is medicine and memory, even small disappointments can diminish peace and confidence. The good news: you can take back control. Whole onions should be stored in a dark, dry basket, not in the cold. Give them air, not chill. Respect their natural needs, and they will reward you with flavor and health. But as resilient as onions can be when stored properly, they pale in comparison to the next item, a fruit so calm, so common, so seemingly harmless, yet so easily ruined by refrigeration that its nutrients vanish before your eyes. You may have eaten one today. But did you store it the right way? 3. Bananas. There's something comforting about bananas. Sweet, easy to digest, they're often one of the first fruits we eat as children and one of the last we hold on to in old age. For seniors, bananas are more than just a convenient snack, they're a source of energy, potassium, and comfort. But sadly, the simple act of refrigerating bananas, often done with good intentions, can undo everything that makes this fruit so beneficial to an aging body. At first glance, cold storage may seem harmless. After all, the peel just darkens, right? But what you're seeing is a reaction to cold injury. Bananas are tropical fruits, never designed to tolerate fridge temperatures. When exposed to cold, the enzymes responsible for ripening shut down, stopping the natural conversion of starches into sugars. The result? A banana that stays firm but flavorless. One that looks ripe on the outside, but tastes unripe and odd on the inside. More than just unpleasant to eat, this transformation strips away key nutrients, especially dopamine and catechins. These antioxidants help reduce inflammation and protect brain function. For seniors, these compounds are critical. They support emotional balance, defend against cognitive decline, and fight oxidative stress. But once refrigerated, their levels quietly, and irreversibly, diminish. And that's the cost. When you chill bananas, you don't just lose taste or texture, you lose purpose. A fruit meant to support your nervous system and heart health becomes a mushy, bland shadow of what it was meant to be. Worse, overripe bananas stored in the fridge can trap moisture under the skin, leading to mold near the stem, a subtle yet serious risk, especially for seniors with compromised immunity. This isn't just about nutrition, it's about trust. In your later years, when every bite matters, and every choice should support strength, clarity, and longevity, even something as familiar as a banana can betray you if misunderstood. The solution is as natural as the fruit itself. Store bananas at room temperature, ideally on a hook or in an open fruit bowl where air can circulate freely. If they ripen too fast, peel and freeze them for smoothies or baking. But don't let the cold rob them of their value, or their benefit to you. We've seen how simple mistakes in food storage can quietly erode your well-being. But what about foods that actually must be kept cold, or risk becoming dangerous in ways you never imagined? Let's turn the page, because what comes next could truly protect your life. If you're still watching and find this information valuable, please type 1 in the comments to let me know you're with me. 4. 3 foods that must be stored cold or risk dangerous health effects. First, cooked meat and leftovers. There is a certain peace that comes with homemade food, familiar aromas, warmth on the plate, comfort in knowing exactly what's in your meal. For many seniors, leftovers are not just about convenience. It's about maintaining independence in the kitchen, saving money, and preserving the taste of home. But that peace can quickly turn into a silent threat if leftovers, especially cooked meat, are not chilled promptly and properly. What most people don't realize is that even after food is cooked, the danger does not disappear. In fact, it can grow stronger. Once cooked meat cools on the counter, bacteria like Listeria, Clostridium perfringens, and Salmonella begin to multiply. And for seniors, this growth happens against a background of a weakened immune system and slower digestive response. Unlike younger adults who might recover from foodborne illness with just a few days of discomfort, seniors can face hospitalization, severe dehydration, and even death. It only takes 2 hours at room temperature for bacteria to reach dangerous levels. And these microbes don't change the food's color or smell. You won't know they're there until your body pays the price. The deeper danger lies in what these bacteria do once inside your body. Food poisoning in seniors often doesn't show up as sudden stomach upset. Instead, it may appear as confusion, dizziness, or a mild fever, symptoms easily mistaken for something else. If left untreated, a simple piece of meat left out too long can trigger systemic inflammation, worsen arthritis, or add stress to already vulnerable hearts and kidneys in old age. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Proper chilling isn't just about taste, it's about protection. Sealed containers, quick transfer to the fridge, and attention to how long leftovers are left out can be the difference between a nutritious second meal and a trip to the emergency room. The rule is simple: if you're not eating it now, chill it quickly and put it in the fridge. Then mark the date. Most leftovers are safest eaten within 3 to 4 days. Beyond that, even if it looks fine, the risk is too great. But while meat and leftovers demand chilling, they are not the only foods that can quickly turn dangerous. There are other everyday items, smooth, white, comforting, that spoil faster than you might think, and when they do, the damage to your body can go deeper than simple stomach upset. Let's talk about dairy products. If you're still watching and find this insight helpful, please comment with number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now, let's move to point number 2, dairy products. There's something timeless about milk: a glass at breakfast, slices of cheese with crackers, a spoonful of yogurt to soothe the stomach. This simple comfort is often rooted in nostalgia or childhood memories and remains part of daily routines for many seniors. But beneath the soft texture and creamy taste lies a silent truth: milk must be stored cold or the consequences can be serious, even life-threatening. Milk, cheese, and yogurt are rich in protein, healthy fats, calcium, and vitamins like B12 and D, which are crucial as we age. But these same nutrients also make milk the perfect breeding ground for bacteria if not kept at the right temperature. And for seniors, the risk is higher. As we age, our stomach acid becomes less acidic, our immune system less responsive, and our tolerance for bacterial threats drops significantly. What might cause mild discomfort for younger people can cause severe foodborne illness, hospitalization, or worse in seniors. When dairy is left out even for a few hours, its chemical structure begins to change. Bacteria quietly multiply. You can't see them, and sometimes you can't even smell them, but they are there, and they don't just spoil the taste, they can trigger digestive problems, flare-ups of joint pain, and systemic inflammation. For those already managing arthritis, cardiovascular disease, or gut issues, contaminated dairy can push the body beyond its limits. And this is the price you pay when milk isn't stored cold. Your body may face a cascade of responses it can no longer handle well: dehydration from vomiting or diarrhea, joint pain lasting days, exhaustion that won't lift. This is not just spoiled food, it is stolen energy, lost peace, and unnecessary suffering, all from one simple neglect. Luckily, the solution is as practical as it is powerful. Chill all dairy immediately after use. Keep your fridge below 4 degrees Celsius. Store items in airtight containers and respect expiration dates. Never gamble with your gut: recovery takes longer, and setbacks can be lasting. But what if we told you it's not just spoilage, but nutrient loss that can sneak in when other important foods aren't stored cold? Foods many seniors rely on for vitamins, minerals, and even cognitive support. Yet these wilt quickly and lose their strength without proper care. This is not what you expect, and that's why it's often misunderstood. Let's talk about green vegetables. 3 green vegetables. They may look fragile, but green vegetables are nutrition powerhouses, especially for seniors. A handful of spinach in your morning omelette, fresh salad at lunch, or kale sautéed for dinner. These simple leaves carry vital nutrients that support memory, bone strength, circulation, and even mood. But with all their power, green vegetables are also some of the most fragile foods in your kitchen. Failing to keep them cold can mean losing almost everything they offer. Once harvested, vegetables start to spoil almost immediately. Unlike sturdy root vegetables or long-lasting pantry staples, these leaves depend on cold temperatures to stay alive in taste, texture, and nutrition. Left at room temperature even for a few hours, they begin to wilt. But more importantly, they start losing vital compounds like folate, vitamin K, and lutein. These nutrients are crucial for seniors wanting to protect cognitive health, eye function, and cardiovascular resilience. Worse, it's not just about nutrient loss. As leaves soften and moisture gathers, whether on your counter or in loosely covered containers, they become a welcome mat for bacteria growth. Spoiled green vegetables can be visually deceptive. Some damp spots or wilting tips might not seem like a problem. But inside those moist folds, dangerous pathogens like E. coli and Listeria can thrive, both of which have caused serious outbreaks linked to improper storage. And the price you pay for ignoring proper chilling isn't just limp salad. It could be bacterial infections causing long-term digestive issues, worsening joint inflammation, or triggering dehydration and weakness. All far more dangerous for the aging body. It is a stolen chance to nourish your brain with folate, your bones with vitamin K that helps calcium absorption, and your heart with antioxidant protection. It is a silent loss no one notices until it's too late. But the solution lies in care and intention. Green vegetables should be stored in the fridge drawer, gently wrapped in paper towels to absorb excess moisture, and placed in breathable bags or containers. The goal is not just to make them last longer but to keep the power they bring. Now, as we close this chapter on what should be stored cold and what shouldn't, the question becomes more personal. How much of what we do in our kitchens is habit, and how much is based on understanding? Because behind every food we store, there's a choice, to strengthen or weaken our aging bodies. Let's take a closer look at what these small choices really mean. Your fridge, your health, make it work for you. As we've seen today, not everything belongs in the fridge. Some foods lose their nutrients. Others become breeding grounds for harmful bacteria. And some can even turn toxic. For seniors, these small decisions in the kitchen are far more than habits. They are choices that directly impact your health, energy, and quality of life. It may seem trivial to store bananas on the counter instead of the fridge, or move onions to a dry pantry shelf. But when you see the bigger picture, these simple changes can help protect your digestive health, reduce inflammation, support your immune system, and even help your medications work better. And isn't that what we all want as we age? Not just to live longer, but to live better. One thing I've learned, especially with age, is that our bodies speak in quiet ways. Pain, fatigue, digestive troubles, they're not random. They're messages. And often, they're connected to what we eat and how we store our food. The fridge is not the enemy, but misuse can silently weaken your well-being. Now, this is not about fear, it's about awareness. About taking back control over the small things that truly matter. A kitchen that supports your health doesn't need expensive gadgets or fancy diets. It starts with knowing which foods thrive in cold and which do not. So here's my advice, from one senior to another. Rearrange your fridge and kitchen this week. Not all at once, but a little every day. Label and date your leftovers. Give yourself peace of mind. Keep a short list of foods that should never be refrigerated on your fridge door. Make it visible. Simple reminders help. And most importantly, share what you've learned with neighbors, friends, children, or grandchildren. Because this knowledge isn't just for you. It's a small act of care that can spread and help others avoid unnecessary illness or discomfort. The truth is, we all make mistakes in the kitchen. I know I have. But it's never too late to change habits, learn something new, or care better for yourself. Because your body, your time, and your health deserve to be protected. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you found this helpful, share it with someone you love. You never know, this might be exactly what they need to hear today. See you again. Take care of your food, and it will take care of you. This lesson is meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I want to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with the number 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this.